I got a new e-reader and I literally cannot wait a second longer to open this. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, today we're going to be reviewing the Bigme B751C Color E-book reader. We're going to be testing out all of its features and I'm going to be doing an honest review. For context, I am a huge Kindle lover. I have 2 Kindles, and ever since I started reading on the Kindle, my reading experience has been so elevated and I'm just in love with reading all over again. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you, I didn't even know that any other e-readers even really existed, other than I've also heard people like recently mentioned a Kobo, like I don't even know what that is, but Bigme reached out to me and wanted me to test their Color e-reader, and I am so excited to do so, guys. So while this product is gifted and I'm extremely grateful, this video is not sponsored in any way. I'm going to be completely honest with you because one of the main things that I love about the Kindle is that you can pretty much only read on the Kindle. Like you really can't do anything else. However, with this, there are a lot of different features. There are page turn buttons, global handwriting, access to Android 11 OS and the Google Play Store, the Kindle app. You can record meetings and it'll like transcribe it for you, which that I think is incredible. And there's like access to ChatGPT. Plus, on top of all of that, you can see color. So we're gonna be testing that out as well. So I'm really interested because I could read on my iPad and I could read on my phone, but it wasn't until I got the Kindle that my experience really changed. And I think that that's because on my Kindle, I can't do anything else but read. So I just like really get in the zone. So I'm interested to see these features, like if they add on to the experience or if they like take it away. I'm really not sure. So we're gonna like dive right in. So opening up the box, I'm opening this up completely with you guys. I haven't peeked at this at all. There's nothing else left in the box. So this is it. It seems to be wrapped pretty well because this like fit in the box really well. There's all this bubble paper. Let's tear that off. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe they sent this to me. This is so cool. Ah, there's a case. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Okay. Wow, thank you, Bigme. This is amazing. So this is the box. You're getting a lot of reflection here. You're probably gonna see my ring light, whatever, but it says Bigme just for you. This box is really elegant. Like it's just plain black and it's like skinny. Like this is a nice box. Like if you were gifting this to someone, I feel like this doesn't look like you were getting like a second rate product or anything. Like I think this looks really luxurious, really nice. There's like this cute, their little logo is cute. Bigme just for you. And then it came with the stylus. I don't know what this thing is that's right here. We'll have to open that up. But it comes with the stylus. And then they gave me a case. I don't know if this just like comes with it or not, or they just gave that to me, but like that is so cool because obviously we know that the Kindles don't come with the case, so you can protect it right off the bat. Oh, interesting. Okay. Maybe that's for like a reset. Okay, guys, I have no idea what this is. So I'm gonna be comparing this to the Kindles a lot because that's just what I'm familiar with. I have the basic 2019 Kindle. There is a newer version of this available. There's like a 2022 version, I think. And then I have the Kindle Paperwhite, and this is the newest version of the Paperwhite. So I have the pretty basic Kindles. This is a lot more comparable to Kindle's like higher up models. So this one you could buy on Amazon for $2.99. The Kindle Oasis you could buy for $2.70, so slightly cheaper. The thing about the Oasis is it's like bigger, so it's like kind of like bigger like this one, and it has the page turn button. So that's really the only thing different that it has is the page turn buttons, which this one does have. Then the next one up from that is the Kindle Scribe, which that one I don't think has buttons, but it does have like a stylus pen, which this one has. That one is normally $3.70. It's currently on sale for $2.80, but probably not always. So if this one ends up being like amazing, it's definitely really comparable as far as price, but you're getting color, you're getting page turn buttons, you're getting the stylus, like you're getting everything, plus even more. Like I feel like this is a really good value. So anyways, this is like the outer layer of the box. I'm very impressed so far by how it looks. This is just for you, like a really nice, sleek packaging. This lifts up. There's like a foam pad here. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at it. Okay. Wow, I'm so excited. I have held the Oasis in my hand before and it's huge. And like one of my biggest things that I always say about my Kindles is I love them because they're so small and dainty and like lightweight. I just assumed this one was gonna be huge because look at the box that it came in. And then even like this is really big. So I was just assuming it was gonna be huge, but like it's tiny too. So let's compare it to my Kindles that I do have. This is the one that I like reading on the most because it's so super tiny. I put a little pop socket on it. So actually, this white Kindle is a little bit taller, but then this one, Bigme one, is a bit wider and it's really just for these page turn buttons. So it's like, it's small, you guys. I am ecstatic about that. Woo! Woo! For all of that, to like pack a punch in such a little device, it's light too. All right, then compared to the Paperwhite, which this one, like it doesn't fit in like my standard Lululemon belt bag or anything, but it's still quite tiny. I have a pop socket on this one as well. This one I have like, it's like a little vision board. I've never showed that before, but I think that's a really fun way to decorate it. The Paperwhite is quite a bit taller. This is like a little bit wider, but like literally this is like smaller. I don't know. Wow. Okay. Size, I'm impressed. It's definitely wrapped really well. Like I would feel very like proud to give someone this as a gift. Now, of course, this is just all off like the basic surface level things. We haven't tested the product, so that could certainly change, but, and this is what she looks like. So I think this might already be on. It's power off in the corner, Bigme JD Read, and then like some characters, creator of color, e-ink, AI note, probably. So this is what it looks like. Really sleek, very nice. Also in this box, so like beneath this is the charging cord, and that comes really nice, like very evident of what it is. Nice long charging cord. That's cool because like the Kindle also comes with a really long one. I feel like that's nice because of like your nightstand and stuff. And then underneath here, it shows a little book because it's the instructions. Okay, so this is very good packaging. Honestly, this is probably better than the Kindle as far as like, you know, it's just like packaged really well. Again, I don't have the Oasis, so the Oasis or the Scribe could be like way different, but this is a really like high quality, nice box that I'm definitely gonna keep. All right, so opening up the instructions, this like quick start guide is fully in, I'm gonna assume Chinese because it came from China, but I cannot read that, so let's see if this one, no, okay, the instructions I cannot read. That's okay, I think we can figure it out ourselves. So next we'll open up the stylus pen, and this does come with it. This isn't like an extra add-on or anything. The box came a little bit bent, but like that doesn't affect anything. The rest of it looks good. This is so cool. Okay, here's the stylus. This is pretty hefty, like case. Cool, and then it just like sits right in here. Ah, how cute. Oh, and then there's a little slot for the pen. Yeah, look at it. That's nice and tiny and cute. And then if you're reading, you just open this up, hold it like this, and then here's your little page turn buttons. So I'm gonna charge it real quick, and while I'm waiting, I'm gonna eat this delicious breakfast that I made because I am freaking starving. I am back and the device is charged. I went on Google Translate and I used the camera to translate the instructions. I really haven't done that a whole lot before, but that is like the best feature. That's like the coolest thing ever. So I was able to read the instructions, and I saw that the charge time for this is only 2.5 hours, which isn't too bad. So it must have been like partially charged because it didn't take that long. This is power on right here. It says to hold it for 5 seconds to turn it on. So we'll do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let go. These blocks are like loading now. See? Turn it on. She's turning on. Okay, here we go. Oh, language, select language. I'm gonna try to use this little pen. I think it said that this is the wake up button. All right, so I held that. Let's see if this works. English. Okay, that worked. Cool. So privacy policy, agree. Welcome to use Bigme AI Note. Click to initialize the settings. All right, capacitive pen. All right, so this screen just shows information about the pen. So I was like going through and reading it, and it tells you like how to use it and everything. After about 3 minutes, the pen will enter power saving mode and can be woken up by any button on the side. There's a way to calibrate it with the 2 buttons here. We're just like pressing it like this. You like long press this top one. That enables the erase. And then up here at the tip is where you replace the battery, and it like tells you how to do that. So we'll click next step. Please select a Wi-Fi. Good, okay, so this is automatic. This is my first time seeing the keypad. So when you click on your Wi-Fi, it just like pops up right like this. We're connected to Wi-Fi. My initial impression of this pen is that it works pretty well. Like it's pretty responsive. It's obviously not like if you're using an iPad or anything like that, but the technology, like you don't have to like press super hard. Like it seems to work really well. So here it's showing gesture settings. I saw in the quick start manual that the screen is set into like 3 quadrants, like 3 sections, and that these sides are like when you want to page like forward and back, and the middle is how to like get to the home screen. Next, you can choose the home screen style. So you can do an office style or a tablet style. I'm gonna click click the office style now. I don't really know what that means, but because I don't want this to be like a tablet and I want to kind of just be able to focus on reading, I just figured that might be a good option. So it says log into the AI notes. So this is where I guess you can take notes and where it can like record your meetings and stuff. It's asking for my email or phone number and a password. You can manage your notes by Bigme AI Note in mobile phone. Cool, so you can get those on your phone as well. So I'll get this set up. I registered, but this is the app that it's telling me to get. It has a 1 star and is all in like, I'm just assuming it's Chinese, I really don't know. And so I won't be getting this right now at least, especially before I know like what it even is. But here I am logged in. This is the user guide homepage and it's kind of giving me a little tutorial. There is a system update, so we're gonna do this. Start update. While this upgrade does its thing, I just want to say that I do really like the way that the screen looks. I wasn't sure because it's a color e-reader, like if the screen would be a lot different, but it still has that look like paper. I was on their website and I saw this. It says the display also emits the least blue light and has received German Rhineland certification with a paper-like index score of 86. So it does really have that like look like paper. This is what it says, preparing to update. Also, as I was registering, I decided to see like, can I just like touch with my fingers and do it that way? And I can. It actually was easier for me to do it that way just because I'm more used to doing it that way than using the stylus. But obviously with like the handwriting function and stuff, that's when that will come in handy. So this is an e-reader, right? So what I want to focus on above all else is the e-reading function, because I feel like if the experience of reading is not optimal, like if it's not ideal, then it's not worth the $300. I feel like all of these extra things are just like icing on the cake. We're going to be downloading the book that I am reading. It is called Swift and Saddled by Lila Sage, and it has the most beautiful cover. I feel like one of the things that people that read ebooks don't love, and like bookstagrammers and everything like that, is that you can't see like the beautiful covers on your device. Like everyone always kind of like photoshops them in or like canvas them in like afterwards. So we're gonna be able to see what that cover actually looks like on an e-reader, because anytime I've ever looked at it, it's just like black and white. Now that we're updated, step 1 is getting a book on here. This is how it looks on the left side, is where everything is. The reason that all the apps are pulled up is because I'm in the App Center. So I guess we're gonna go into the Google Play Store and we're gonna add in Libby, Kindle. If you're an Apple person like me, fear not, that was super easy. You just sign in through your Gmail account. This though is so interesting. So we're in the Google Play Store, and I guess this is everything you can have on here. I could have Pinterest, Prime Video, Amazon Music, Netflix? Like, can you really watch Netflix on this? Duolingo, Amazon Kindle, whatever. So we're gonna start off with Amazon Kindle because we wanna read. Again, I'm like, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, because like even if I can watch Netflix, that's not really what I want on here. Like if I was gonna do that, I would do that on my iPad, but you can control how much you do or don't have. It's just really the access. Like if I put Pinterest on here, am I gonna scroll Pinterest versus reading? And that's really what I don't want, because when I pick up my e-reader, I want to be like, this is my reading time. All right, Amazon Kindle is 45% already, and then you could just click open from here. So I wanna see if I can add more, because what I wanna get is Libby. There's Libby. Install. This is actually really fun. I'm enjoying setting this up. There's a lot of different features. So you can see like up here, there's a lot on the menu. So it's gonna take me a little bit to get really like acquainted with it. But I will say the battery seems to do pretty good, because it's 93%, and that was with like a huge update like that. It like took a little while for it to go through and everything. But I think that's important to know, because the Amazon Kindle lasts a really long time. So again, you don't wanna be charging your device all the time when you're reading. I'm gonna get reading above all else. You can see the color, but without it being like in your face, you know what I mean? Ah, okay, here it is. Here's the reveal. It shows your percentage and everything. This is like the Kindle app, so I like don't want to review this part too much, but you can see what it looks like. It looks like a real book. It's been about a week since I unboxed the Bigme e-reader, and I now feel like I'm fully able to give you a proper review on all the different features. So I spent this past week doing a lot of reading and just like checking everything out. While this little device carries some of the features of a little mini tablet, I want to start by focusing on it as an e-reader, because to me, that's the absolute most important part. I feel like the primary reason you would get this device is for the e-reading, and then all of these other features are kind of secondary to that. So let's focus on that experience first. I want to start off by genuinely saying that this could easily become one of my favorite e-readers. I honestly really enjoy the reading experience on this device. Now, it took me a little bit to get there, so I want to show you the main things that I've learned about the e-reading on this device. The first thing is that the page turn buttons are awesome. For this small device to have these page turn buttons, like that really packs a punch for me. I want to be completely honest and say that when I first started reading on this device, I thought the page buttons just completely didn't work. So I'm going to show you this setting that you have to make sure is turned on, because it literally was just a setting issue. From the main page, when you click this little settings gear button, like literally any other little settings button, it pops up this big menu, okay? And then what you wanna do is go under page key definition. When you click on that, it gives you 3 different options. Now, when I clicked on this, none of these buttons had a check mark by it, so absolutely nothing was checked. So my page turn buttons were not doing anything. So what I found, like what works for me is if you click the middle option, which says like D-pad left / D-pad right, that enables these buttons to work, and then like it just stays, like it just stays working. So I wanna say that because at first I was like, if these page turn buttons don't work, like this whole thing is gonna be a fail, because like that's the main point of it, you know? So the second thing I wanna share with you is how I actually read on this thing. So I initially downloaded Kindle and Libby, and because I hadn't figured out how to get those page turn buttons to work, I thought it had to do with the fact that those were apps. That's not true. So what I was doing is I was going here, like on the left side, they have library, and they have their own way that you can upload books. So you can get them on here. So you can see that I got Swift and Saddled on here. The thing that's really cool about this is if you're somebody that likes to annotate your books, if you pull them in this way, there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. So like it kind of like walks you through. I don't think it's the easiest thing in the world to do, but I think it's possible. You just need to make sure that your books are converted into like EPUB, or, you know, basically just not like the .amz, like the Amazon one. So then once you have your book like uploaded into their system, you can go up here, click on this little pen or pencil or whatever, and then you can click like the different brush options, and then you can annotate. Like if you're someone that likes to annotate books, like you can kind of circle things, you can underline things, you can draw little hearts, like whatever you want to do, you can draw directly on the screen. So I feel like that's something that some people might like. Me personally, I'm a Goodreads user through and through. Like I love Goodreads, and I want my highlights to be able to sync from like all the books that I read. I personally just found this to be a little bit difficult, and so this is not what I'm going to do personally. But there's a super easy way to do it. I think the best thing to do, like the easiest thing, is to use the Kindle app. So when I'm going to read on this device, I go in, click the Kindle app, and it brings up my Kindle library, and I get to pick whatever book that I want. So I'm going to show you this first. There's an option on the Kindle app to change the background to black. So this is what I like to do at night. I'll change it like this, but there's also a ton of different settings. So when you go over to the side and you pull down, this is one of the main menus that you'll use. So this is where you have your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, blah, 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 like everything here. So there are a few different options that I think are like really good to use to like toggle through. Number one is airplane mode. When I'm reading, I always put it in airplane mode just because of like EMFs, and then also because I feel like it helps save on battery. So I have it on there right now. We'll take it off later when we look at the web functions and everything. But then there's also these features: lights, daytime, night, bedding, other. So what I like to do during the day is I'll put it on daytime. At night, I'll put it on nighttime. So it's night now, so we'll put it on night. Even still, there is a sun and a moon, and you can move them and figure out what you want to do. So I'm going to change the background just so it's white so you can see a little bit better. So basically you click on this, you go up into the corner, you click the A, and this is just in the Kindle app. This isn't specific to Bigme, so this is where you go in and you could change like everything about it. I'll just change it to this white color. So we'll go more into that, but the main thing that I want to say about this device when you're making the decision between like, do you want the Bigme or do you want the Kindle, is this is the Apple and the Samsung debate through and through, in my opinion. There's Apple being like the Kindles, okay? The Apples of the world, where everything is like super user friendly. Maybe there's not as many options. There isn't. There's not as many options. There's not as many things you can do, but you can just like pick up the Kindle, and within like, you know, a few short minutes, you're reading, okay? These are amazing because you go in, you read, that's it, okay? There's no like internet browsing, there's no apps, there's no anything else that's gonna distract you. Like when you're on this device, you're reading, that's it. And yes, there's options. Like for this one, like there's no dark mode. This one, there is dark mode, but you're not dealing with like a million different settings. But with the Bigme, this is the Samsung of the world, okay? There are so many different features. There's so many different options. If you're someone that likes things to be customizable, this is the way for you. There's so many different options. So like, for example, there's all those that you can do, but also there's this thing called the e-ink center, which you can get to that way, or just like up in the corner, there's a little like sun kind of thing. There's refresh mode, there's anti-shake, auto clean that you can do, default, magazine, comic, custom, dark enhancement, vivid enhancement, color brightness. There's so much you can do as far as like the color and the screen and just like how you want things to work. So to be honest with you, when I got this Kindle, like this is my first Kindle that I ever got, my first e-reader ever. When I got this, I was like up and reading in a matter of seconds. There's just like not much to do on here other than read. Like you just kind of figure it out really quickly. Now I didn't know everything. There's a lot that I learned through that, like a lot that I talk about in my other videos, like different cool things you can do and everything. I didn't know everything, but I knew the basics. I could get on and I could read. This took me a bit longer, okay? There's a lot of settings, there's a lot more things to get going with, but it's also cooler. Whatever you want to change about the way that this looks, you can do, but all you have to do is like press the buttons and they do what you want. Now the way that this is set up, at least this is the way that I have it set up, you may be able to change this, I'm not sure. To page forward is this bottom button. I feel like intuitively I would think it would be the top, but it's not, it's the other way around. It's really easy because when you're reading, like you sit there and you just like hold it and you don't have to reach across the screen or anything. You just use this. Now, can you switch hands? Because, okay, I'm reading like this, I'm reading on this side, but then at night I wanna switch to the other side. Can I do that? And the answer is yes. Come over here. You want to turn on screen rotation. Once you have screen rotation turned on, then you literally just flip the device and like it flips with you and you could just go ahead, page forward, page back. Once you switch sides, turn screen rotation off because it also will screen rotate to the side. So once you like have it where you want it, like you're laying on the side, I would just like turn that back off so that it doesn't move again. But the reason that I love reading on the Kindle app is because your highlights are gonna sync into Goodreads. Also with Libby being on here, if you were getting a book from the library, you could just like get your next book through there. Versus if you're using the Kindle, you would have to like go onto your phone to get the book from Libby. So I guess that's another cool thing. But yeah, really just the reading experience, being able to customize all of the different lighting, how you want it, all of everything like that. And then just like having these buttons, it's really seamless and really nice. And this device is so small, it just like can go with you anywhere. That's like my main thing. So if you're buying this for an e-reader, I think it is a great option. As far as everything else, I wanna be very honest with you, this is not an iPad, okay? This pen is not the Apple Pencil. It's nice, but you cannot expect like the top technology. This is an e-reader and like all these other little things are just like fun bonuses. So this has a Kaleido 3 Color E-ink screen. Although I don't read like graphic novels or anything that have a lot of pictures, it's still super fun and super cool to be able to see your covers all beautiful like this. And if you were taking like a picture for Instagram, you have it already on there. Like it's really cute to see like what your actual cover looks like. I did, however, pull in a graphic novel because I know a lot of people are into those just to see the coloring. So this is the Disney Pixar like Elemental one. As you see, the cute little cover, but then as you go through, you can see that there's color on all of the pages. So when you have a book like this, I feel like if you were reading it on a Kindle or whatever, it would really take away from it. But reading on this Bigme Color E-reader, you can really like still get the element of everything, like seeing all of the colors and stuff. So I think that that's really fun. The color resolution is 150 ppi in color, 300 ppi in black and white. The Kaleido 3 display boasts 40% better black and white contrast, while white color contrast has improved by 50%. Color saturation has improved by 15%. It's like color in the way of an e-reader, not color in the way of a screen like an iPad, a computer, or a phone that's gonna like disrupt your eyes. Moving on to the features, this little e-reader is equipped with web browsing and video effects and automatic ghosting elimination for better color display and minimal ghosting. So there is a setting on here where you could turn on auto clean. I already have that on, but basically already built into the device is a browser. So in the browser, all right, say you wanna go on Google, the #1 trending search is Krispy Kreme Easter hours. So this is what it looks like. So it's pretty decent. I feel like if you have your phone sitting right beside you, which one are you gonna pick up for Google? Like you're gonna pick up your phone. I just feel like that makes a lot more sense. But it is neat that this has this ability to do these things. I also wanna show you that it can show you videos. So like here's YouTube. We're just gonna go to my YouTube channel just because of like copyright and everything. It brings up my channel and you can like scroll and see. So it makes everything like this really like, honestly kind of like sepia look. And that could just be like the way that I have the color set up or whatever. Like this is what it looks like. So it's kind of neat. And you can see it's like a little bit laggy, but it's not terrible. So again, you're not expecting like the top technology in the world, but the fact that on your e-reader you can like do this kind of stuff is neat. So we'll click on this book where I talk about how to get free books on the Kindle. And we'll just see like how quickly things are coming up. So you're loading a little bit.
The cost of a Kindle can be a little bit of an investment at the start. I want to show you today my favorite ways to read for free or very cheap on the Kindle. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name's Savannah, and one of my most popular videos on my channel is my 10 reasons why Kindles are better than physical books.
So it's kind of funny, like when my husband saw the way that this looked, he kind of was like, that's kind of cool. It is kind of neat. It's like a little bit of a throwback. So if you really want high definition, crisp, you know, latest technology, this is not it, but it's kind of fun that it's there. It honestly really does remind me a little bit of being a kid. Another feature that it has that's really neat is free voice to text. So there's this little like app or icon that's already like built in here and it's called Meeting Records. So you just like click on it and it brings up this like blank little slate because I don't have anything in there yet. So basically the idea of this is that you can record a meeting and it will not only like take the transcription of what it's hearing, but also it can convert it into 36 different languages. And this is how it pops up. You have lines here because you could do pen, pencil, brush, like whatever, and you can actually write on here. So if I click pen, then I could click like the color, the line width, whatever. So We'll do this little purple color. I had the width really low, so we'll make that a little higher. All right, I wrote hello. So you can write on it, whatever. So right here is where you would record your meeting. You click record. And we're just gonna see if it does anything with my voice. Like we're just gonna see if it knows what I'm saying. So as you see, like as I'm talking, the words are popping up right here where it's saying like what I'm saying. So it automatically knows that this is in English, and we're gonna click this check mark like we're done. Save. You can click view full. So it pops up like this, and we're just gonna see if it period does anything with my voice. The word's gonna see if it knows what I'm saying. So as you see, like as I'm talking, the words are popping up right here while it's saying. Okay, so my husband and I tested this earlier with the video, and I just tested it with my own voice. It's not exact. So if you're relying on this for something like really important, it's probably gonna miss the mark, but it is getting the main points. I think it could be helpful. I think if you really want this done well, I would use maybe a different program, like a different something, but just the fact that it does it is really kind of neat. So if you wanna take this with you and you kind of just wanna capture the main points, but also, I mean, it does keep your voice as well. So if you click this play button,
And we're just gonna see if it does anything with my voice. Like we're just gonna see if it knows what I'm saying.
and so even if the transcription isn't perfect, it does capture my voice, and so you still have the material that you need. So if you were using this, say, for class or something like that, I do think that there's some value to it. There's also this Note Plus app. So this I think is kind of fun. I'll insert a quick clip here of me playing with it in the car. We're on a little road trip, and so I decided to test out the note-taking feature on my little e-reader. I call this one Stan Painted Like One of My French Girls. So I decided to draw my husband's side portrait. Ready for this? There we go. What do you think, Stan?
I don't see the resemblance.
It's so funny because it's like accurate, but I like also did them so dirty. I'm dying. I set it as my screensaver. It says I can save it as like a PDF, PNG. I said I was gonna like print it out and put it in a frame it in our house real big, blow it up. So I think it's kind of hilarious because you can mess around with this and then you can set it as your screensaver. So on the side, there's this little like notes application. That's how you get there. There's different layers that you can create. So you can create like a top layer, and then if you don't want it to be messed up, you can draw on top of it. So it has a lot of neat little things like that. But I think it's kind of fun to play with because you can just like, you know, make little designs. If you're bored in the car, you can do a little tic-tac-toe game. The pen takes quadruple A batteries. Also, it has a decent amount of storage. So it says it's equipped with Octa 2.3 GHz, gigahertz maybe, CPU, 6 gigabytes plus 128 gigabytes storage. It supports up to 1 terabyte expansion. So it does have like a little space for a memory card. As I was setting it up, I did have a little bit of issues with glitching, so I do think that that's possible. There is this one feature that always gets stuck, like every time I touch it. When you pull down this menu, it says touch, and this touch button, I just wanted to see what it did, but when you click on it, basically what it does is it disables all touch screens. I don't know how you really use it otherwise, maybe with like the pen or something, but it disables touch. But once you click on it, there's really no way to like get out of it, and so you have to actually like shut the thing down and then like bring it back. So it can be a little bit glitchy, but after the initial setup, I haven't had near as many issues with that. It's really just like that one button, but I did want to like bring that to your attention because I just want to be like fully honest. My overall thoughts are that I am extremely grateful to have this e-reader. I think as far as this device as an e-reader, it is an excellent option. I really truly do. For the price point, it's $2.99, but I know occasionally they'll have like little discounts on Amazon. And although it's quite a bit more expensive than the Paperwhite, which is around like $130, I do think that it is worth it simply for like the color and then the page turn buttons. I think the color's neat, but really for me, it's the fact that it is so small and so compact, but like works so well with these little buttons. I think the e-reader experience is excellent. I think all the other features are just like a neat little bonus, take it or leave it. I personally would not buy it for the other features. I would buy it for its e-reader capability. I think as far as like the Bigme Color E-reader, they did the color great. I don't know anyone else that does that. And they did these little buttons and the size and everything like super great. So I hope you enjoyed this very honest review. If you have any questions at all, feel free to leave them in the comment box below, and I would love to answer them because I know that this may be like a newer device for all of you, and I would probably have questions and just like want to know things before purchasing it as well. I'll provide the link in the description box below so that you can like check it out further. I hope this was helpful. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.